Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today I want to talk about linked data types within Excel, and those are like predefined data types that allow you to get a piece of information like a city or a stock ticker and use Excel to automatically enrich it and add more details to it. And the best part is that once you do that, it automatically updates whenever there's updated information. So let's go ahead and take a look. So linked data types are special data types in Excel that are linked to live internet data. So if you go to the data tab, you see here that we have 4 at the moment: organizations, stocks, currencies, and geography. So here I have 7 tickers for stocks. And for example, I want to analyze those, learn a bit more about them. So you can just select them and apply the data type stocks. And you see that it automatically recognizes what those are and adds this icon, which shows the card. And you see that the icon matches the icon here for stocks and, for example, Microsoft. And it shows you a lot of data once you go to this card. And the best part is that as you go through the data, you see that you have this icon here and you can add any of these data points to the side. A better way to do it is you can just select all of those, click the plus sign here, and let's say we want to look at the number of employees, and it's going to add the number of employees here. And you can see the formula is A2 employees. So we can just say number of employees. You can also add various different things like description, like the beta of the company. For example, if you're doing some kind of analysis and you need the beta, you can add the beta of the company, which is a risk measure pretty much. Let's see what else. You notice that we lost the tickers. We still have them in here, but if you, let's say, want to use it for a VLOOKUP or something like that, you can just go down and add the ticker symbols. What else can we add? We can add the price. We can add things like market cap and various other details. This is the price, and this is the market cap, and this is the ticker. And it's just an easy way to pull in some overall data about different stocks. And this is an easy way to do some basic analysis. For example, for school or something like that, keep in mind that you're not supposed to use this for like commercial purposes or for professional purposes at all. There's the disclaimer that comes up here as soon as you add the stocks data type. And you see that financial market information is provided as is and not for professional or trading purposes or advice. And if you click here and you read, it's actually not that they're not providing it for this. You're not allowed to use it for that. It comes from Refinitiv, and you cannot use it for commercial purposes at all. Okay, let's take a look at one of the other data types. So here I have the G7 countries: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, UK, and the US. So we can grab those and we can convert them to geography. And keep in mind that geography, it's pretty smart. It will recognize countries. If you type in states, it will still recognize those, and things like cities as well. Converting those to the geography data type gives us a lot of data that we can add. Say, grab the unemployment rate. Let's see, let's grab the population. See that there's a bunch of different population cohorts. So just go with the total population. We can also grab the capital city, and you see that the capital city is also recognized as a geography data type, which means that you have different data points that you can add for those. So for example, we can add the city's population, and this is the country population. This was unemployment rate, like capital and capital population. So we can see like capital as percentage of total. We can see how much of the total population lives in the capital. Format that as a percentage. Let's see what else can we add, but you get the point. It's an easy way to get a lot of information, especially for the geography type. I think it's really helpful when you're researching countries or you want to do some form of analysis. Again, I would suggest this mostly for school use, or if you're learning, need some data to try out and do different things, this is a pretty great option to have constantly updated and renewed data within your file. So let's say we can add the GDP, and it's formatted as percentage because it added it right after the percentage here. You see the GDP, and something that we can do here is because we don't have the currency for this. So what we can do is just go to the card for the data type. And if you go down, you see that GDP is in dollars, and all of those are pretty much converted to USD, I think. Yeah, so the GDP is in US dollars. You see you have a lot of data that you can pull in. For example, you can grab the subdivisions of Germany, which are something like states or something like that. And you see that those spill down. And now for all of those, we can grab the area. What else? We can grab an image. You see the images here and things like that. Once again, a pretty cool thing that's included in Excel that allows you to pull in data. It's a really great way to access some additional information and to make sure that it's always up to date. So those were Excel's linked data types, and I hope you got some ideas on how you can use those within your work, and especially if you're doing projects for school, stuff like that, because keep in mind, especially for the stocks linked data type, that you're not allowed to use that for commercial purposes. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and maybe even punch the bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Till then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.